Hi, I'm Jalali Hartman, CEO and founder of Robauto. Robauto makes Bibli, a low-cost hardware and software product for robotics. To explain Bibli and why we think this is so disruptive, I first want to talk about some of the existing innovations that the world has seen. So the wheel, obviously that kind of permanently transformed how we transport and how we travel. Fire, obviously huge implications in terms of opening up our lives to warmth and heat and cooked food. Electricity, can you imagine a world without power? So entirely, completely transformed our planet. The next one I think is going to be equally, if not more, disruptive, and so do people like Google CEO. Robotics and AI have the opportunity to just completely transform a number of different industries, and we want to be in the middle of it. So we want to help enable and power that. The problem when we started looking at this is that only a tiny portion of the world's population has access, and while we want to help the world and we're all for equality, we're also capitalists, so we see this as an innovation problem. There's a huge opportunity if you can extend out these tools and allow more people to participate, invent, create, etc. You're going to have better innovations and more wealth. So the first barrier, and here's an example of an early pilot in Oklahoma City. Many people have never even heard of it, so it's hard to believe, but in this case, a very small portion of the population had ever even seen a robot. There's this stigma that you have to be a certain age or have a certain background to start in robotics. This is not true. In fact, we see students as young as 6 and 7 programming and working and controlling with Biblis. This lack of technical background is just kind of related to the age. Not true. You do not, you don't need a master's degree. You don't need to work at a big company to experiment with artificial intelligence and machine learning. You can dig right in today with the Bibli platform. So some of you may be familiar with the technology WordPress. WordPress is a blogging tool, essentially, where you can come in and create a website. And it grew very quickly in the 90s and in the last couple decades. Because it was open and allowed people, developers, to create apps and themes and et cetera. And what the end result was a business owner or a blogger or an author or anyone could create a low-cost website very quickly. Well, today WordPress powers roughly a third of the internet, if you can believe that. And so we want to be that same breakthrough technology, but for robotics. We want to have the low-cost technology and a developer community that supports it. So the first step of that is a low-cost, what we call the Bibli Brain. It snaps onto the popular Raspberry Pi computer and turns that little microcomputer into a robot, allowing approximately 10 million Raspberry Pi users to now become robot engineers. On top of that, we have a free operating system which snaps onto the Raspberry Pi. There's a proprietary robot brain that is always getting smarter and better, and there's a number of open directories for developers to contribute free or paid apps, language modules, or media. In addition, there's an easy to use, dashboard that you can access from any phone or computer to control your robot or your robots, allowing it to talk, roam, change colors, connect, etc. The core of our software is voice control, autonomous driving, machine learning, sensors, and swarms. We have a number of competitors. We're trying to be the low-cost, most advanced option. So you can create any kind of robot you want without spending a ton of money. Here's a couple of examples. On the right, robots that have self-driving, or rather self-balancing, all the way down to student creations around design and character. So the artificial intelligence market is just massive. I'm not sure anyone really can fully quantify how that's going to impact different industries. We want to drill in directly to the Raspberry Pi market to start. Those are, again, pretty tech savvy. There's about 10 million of them as far as we can tell. And we want to, wherever that Raspberry Pi is sold, we want to offer the hardware and software as a way to turn it into a social robot. The goal is to capture approximately 10% of that market and sell $29 in hardware and software to them. We have about a 50% margin on our hardware. and we're looking for additional revenue streams through paid apps in the future through our app marketplace. So we have a fair amount of traction from a product and pilot perspective. We're just now getting ready to start shipping to developers and are looking to raise additional funds to build out our team and scale manufacturing. Please don't hesitate to contact me if you have any questions. Thank you.